I hope all is well. Thank you for subscribing or tuning into the channel. I should say that. I'm stuttering over my words here lately. If you are like me, I live on the East Coast and I do have a job. I gotta get up and go to it tomorrow. But I wanted to make sure I did this little small video real quick about the transfer portal becoming the new free agency for college football. With that being said, on top of that, guys, if you watch that Oregon State, if you watch the Oregon versus Washington Pac-12 championship game tonight, you were just like me, probably like, God dang, man, these are two NFL quarterbacks going at it, and we're witnessing it live, and it's gonna make some heads freaking turn. So definitely, man, I had made a video on that. If you get a chance, please check it out. I don't know how to do the links yet. I'm figuring it out, but I'll do my best I can to try to add it to the video later on. With that being said, that's not what you're here for. You came for the transfer portal. Real quick, guys, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I kind of saw this coming in so many various ways. I kind of seen how, and even the coaches knew it. There was a statement by Matt Rule out of Nebraska where he said it costs $2 million to get a good quarterback. That is something that I kind of just started laughing at, and I'm all about the kids getting their money, right? But I kind of see the direction that what's going to happen is that I think that college football is going to slowly turn into its own league, which is slowly becoming that already. Best market value. These kids enter the transfer portal, aka free agency. That's just a cute word for it, right? Speaking of that, we're going to get into that next topic too as well. But I'm just saying this is what I see. This is what it is, and there's no real clear-cut way about it. Kids want to go play with their friends. Sometimes they just go to a school just to get a little bit of pocket change, and then after that, they just dip. They leave the transfer portal. It's a good way and a bad way. If you're an NFL scout, I think how is it going to help these kids in the NFL, like the NFL wise? I don't think the kids are trying to go to the NFL anymore like that. I think they're playing for the money. What's better? You're 19 years old or 18 years old, and you make a couple of million, couple $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. You start a business, you don't have to worry about playing football and tear your body up no more. You know what I mean? So your best years are really your years of college, right? And the ones that kind of did bad in college, that get drafted or whatever, those are probably going to be the ones that go to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. I think that's what it's going to turn into over time. Not now. No, it's probably about maybe 5 to 10 years down the road. That's how it's going to become. That's what I see it as. Now, let's get to the quarterbacks that's transferring, right? First things first, I see what's going on in Colorado, and I definitely want to make a video about Colorado and what Deion, the Deion project, the Boulder project. I just want to make a video on that specifically. I have so many directions on that whole entire video that I want to even talk about. But they've already had 3 recruits in the last 24 hours decommit to their school. And, the negative stuff. And it's funny because I think that if it was any other university, like an Alabama, Oklahoma, a Georgia, a Clemson, something like that, I just think that, it would get swept under the rug because, the competition of talent is too much talent there, right? Well, I know this is not the case for Colorado, and I know that Deion has such a big personality that the problem is that, it's going to be magnified because it's Deion, right? And because he just so happens to have his sons play for him, that I think that it's going to get way blown out of proportion. Kids decommit all the time. That's not a problem. I don't have a problem with that. Like, you might not like the school, you might not want to be far away from your parents, you might end up getting a girlfriend, stuff like that. So I get that. I get that. However, I will say this. Only way Colorado's going to get better is they got to get recruits to come to the school, and they got to address that offensive line. I am sorry. That O-line was horrible. Anyways, I'm about 4 minutes in the video, and I ain't even got to the quarterbacks yet. All right, let's dive in, shall we? Let's get it. First things first, Dante Moore out of UCLA. He entered the transfer portal. To me, he was one of the top prospects coming out, and of course, ESPN as well said that. I like it. I want him to probably go to like Ohio State or something like that. Some big school. That's where I want to see him play. I don't think Chip Kelly was using him right. Next up is Riley Leonard out of Duke. I really like this guy's arm a lot. My problem with Riley Leonard is that injuries. And the ACC is kind of a weaker conference, so he kind of depends on where he's headed to. They don't have any sources on this yet, but depends on where he's headed to. It could even probably really hurt his career unless he lands somewhere in the Big Ten, well, the new Big Ten or something like that. That's all right. DJ Uiagalelei out of Oregon State. I'll probably say that guy's name wrong. I always mess I always mess the Pacific Islanders kids up, names up, and I'm so sorry, yo. I really am. I need to work on that pronunciation, and that's what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna hear it going forward, and I'm gonna try to pronounce it. But DJ out of Oregon State, I kind of think it's him. Because at Clemson, it just didn't work out. Oregon State, it actually looked really good. I thought he actually was doing something in Oregon State, but I could have been wrong. Maybe he wanted to do something else. It's crazy. He's going to 3 teams in his college football career. That is a lot. So, start to think it's a player on that one. But I can't deny it. The kid does have potential to make it in the NFL if he decides to go, or the Canadian Football League or whatever. But yeah, I can see him playing at the next level. My personal favorite on this list is Cameron Ward out of Washington State. I think wherever he tends to go or lands at, he going to actually make an impact right away. Because at Washington State, shoot, he was already making an impact. If you watched him in the Washington game, the USC game, if you watched him in the Oregon game, he literally made an impact. Almost every single play offensively they had, it ran through Cameron Ward, and it showed. So I'm all for him kind of getting his shine wherever he decides to go. I like that for him, and I think that's the best destination. To me, the best destination for a guy like that, he's skinny, kind of like a Jaden Daniels, ends up going to maybe like a LSU or maybe like an Ole Miss, something like that, where it's a lot of throwing the ball. They got a maybe a B+ defense, something like that. But I think that if he can get a school where they're on TV a lot, yeah, because it says he's worked quite a bit in his NIL money. So we'll see where that goes with that one. However, next up is Will Howard out of Kansas State. I actually like Will Howard. A lot of people weren't a fan of him. I thought he was pretty good at Kansas State. That's just me speaking. I really don't think he was bad. I think he kind of handled his business. I think they had a really good team. Just a few hiccups there, especially the Texas loss. That was very interesting loss. But yeah, just really that's more so. He's like a Big Ben type player, but a little bit more athletic and can move. That's what I like about Will Howard. On top of that, like they said, he's got him going to Kentucky, Louisville. Now his destinations are pretty much set. I could see him playing at those 2 schools. I can't see him playing at the other schools that he want to go to. So those are the 2 main ones that I like for him to go to. As for Max Johnson, as an Aggie fan, a Texas A&M fan, I'm glad he's leaving, bro. Henderson took your spot, dog. I don't give a dang what you think, bro. You lost that job, bro. You lost that job epically, bro. And I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. Like I'm glad Max is gone, bro. Like, people think he's gonna be a good quarterback. He has potential. I don't see it, man. He went from LSU to A&M, 2 really good program schools in football. Yeah, no, like the DJ kid, just like him, it might be that Max is a problem, and they need to address it. I am really loving this more and more day by day. And quite frankly, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. This transfer portal is opening a lot of doors for the NCAA. And college football, it's going to become its own league, man. I see it happening. It's going to become its own league. And the NFL is about to lose out on a lot. So get ready, guys. Get ready. It's going to be fun to watch, man. It's going to be some fun stuff. In the meantime, in between time, thanks for clicking on the video. Like, comment, of course, subscribe, the YouTube stuff. And hey, what the business is, holla at me. Peace, we out.